Basically, the pandemic has exposed a massive blind spot in science and medicine, and there are similarities to the disease ME, and the diseases are different, but there's a lot of overlap in symptoms and possibly biological mechanisms too. And if you look back in history, there's many diseases that were psychologized, attributed to hysteria, and then biomedical research happened, and we understood the biological underpinnings and treatments and tests and cures were found. Doctors were trained in this, and then that led to better delivery of care and better health outcomes. But what's happened with ME and then long COVID is that it's still being attributed to psychological causes. So we don't have good biomedical research, we don't have treatments, we don't have cure, and then we don't have a cure. And then the pandemic has come along, and we now have so many people with this disease who are just not getting better, and they need biomedical research, they need treatment in order to get their lives back.
You are part of the There for ME campaign that has been launched to raise awareness of this and understanding, because for so long, ME, the attitude towards ME hasn't been good. And for a lot of the reasons you talked about in terms of medical professionals don't quite know what to do about it because of the lack of research into it and the lack of treatment.
Yeah, for decades there's been this kind of competing hypothesis that it was had a psychological basis. That's been thoroughly debunked. Like, we know that's not true. The NICE guidelines were updated in 2021, but there's a whole generation of doctors who have been trained on this theory, basically, and it's been an obstructive influence to biomedical research happening. And so what we really need is biomedical research so that we can have tests, treatments and cures, and then train the doctors on the new biomedical research to enable them to provide appropriate care and to have better health outcomes for all of these people who are so unwell.
Because do you find that the historic attitude towards ME is also being shown towards those with long COVID?
Yeah, I think it's slightly better because it was kind of undeniable that, this virus was going around, lots of people catching this virus. It was more undeniable that these people had, there was a physical cause to the disease, but it is very mixed. There are people who go to the doctors and it's attributed to psychological causes. When this virus is coming, in the ME world, they were the first people to say there's a wave of disability coming, and these people will be told that there's nothing we can do for you, and their symptoms will be attributed to psychological causes. The ME people, they knew that this was going to happen. So, yeah, I do think the response to long COVID is built on the foundations of our lack of understanding of ME.